Hi, we're in a mock bedroom that's been set up by the Center for Prevention and Counseling. And what it is, it's a typical teenage bedroom. And what we'd like to do is take you through that bedroom and just show you all of the possible things that could be in that bedroom and things that you would need to look for if you were to suspect that your child may be using drugs. What I'll do is start off and I'll just pick out some items that are in the bedroom and show you that something that looks just very typical may not be what it looks to be. Okay, you've got a can of Red Bull here. Okay, this one happens to be a storage container. So as you can see, it can very well hide different types of drugs within the container. And again, if you didn't know that something like this existed, it'd be the perfect hiding place for your child. Got a little thing just like a plastic flashlight, same thing. It's got no batteries in it, but it's able to store drugs. What you have to realize is that anything that has a cavity is a potential hiding place for drugs. Other things you need to probably be aware of is look to see what type of literature they're reading, look to see what type of things they have around the room. You see, this is an energy drink, but it's called cannabis energy drink. Again, could be an indication that your child has gotten himself or herself into marijuana, and cannabis is definitely something that would show that. Some of the other things, you've got a little soccer trophy. Again, I see that the base is loose. If I look on the bottom, I can see that there's a piece of tape on the bottom and there's some pills secreted in the base of the trophy. Again, something that you may not think about, but it's things that you really need to look at. Look at something like this. It's an incense burner. There's nothing illegal about burning incense, but is the incense being burned to mask an odor? That's one of the things you have to look at. You see something like this, okay? This is a marijuana pipe. Okay, it's used for marijuana. There's people that say, well, you can use it for tobacco, but I can almost guarantee you, if your child has this, they're not smoking tobacco out of it. Okay, there are a few other things here. We don't talk too much about inhalants, but if you do look at this, you'll see a screen cleaner called Dust Off. It's used to clean computers, used to clean screens. Again, it can be huffed. And again, it's something you may want to look at. Same thing, you've got rubber cement. Is your child doing a lot of school projects, or is he using the rubber cement to inhale? Okay, as I said before, you want to look at signs that you've got clothing that's got marijuana, buds. You got socks that has marijuana. It's all indications that may be what your child is into, and they're sort of trying to show it off. Just on the bed itself, okay, you've got some stuffed animals. If you look at this alligator, it's got a little pocket in here, and it's also got a little pouch where the mouth is. Again, open that up, there's pills in there. Okay, as we go further around the room, as I had mentioned before, one of the things that you want to look at what they're reading. Okay, got a magazine called High Times. It tells you just about everything you need to know about marijuana, how to grow it, where to get stuff, where to order stuff. If your child's reading it, you'd have to really question why. Why are they so interested in this magazine? Again, you see stuff like Glade air freshener, candles. A lot of times these things are used to mask the odor. They may be smoking marijuana in the room, and they're using that to mask the odor. Just things like, just a regular picture frame. I flip the frame over. There's a bag of possible cocaine on the back. Again, before we had the Red Bull drink, now we've got a Monster Energy drink, which is very common. Same thing. Try the top. It's a container. A lot of times when a parent suspects that their child might be using drugs, I've heard parents that have told me, I'm going to search their room. Well, it's great to search their room, but do you know what you're looking for? Do you even know if you were to come across something that actually is drug related? And that's what we're trying to do here this evening, is show you that anything can be drug related depending on how it's being used. You know, we see something as common as pipe cleaners. A lot of times that's used to clean out marijuana pipes. You see a spoon, sometimes you'll see that spoon's burnt. Okay, that may be used to cook down heroin. You've got a canister. Anything can be kept in the canister. Could be pills, could be marijuana, could be heroin, could be anything in this canister. One of the things we look for, especially when we make motor vehicle stops, is we look at the general condition of the car, inside the car, and we look to see what's inside that car. A lot of times we see these little rubber bands, and the rubber band itself really means nothing to you unless it's used for bundling heroin, which to us we're able to identify it as that use. The same thing with a lot of candy wrappers, heroin habit. A lot of people, they need that sweet, and you'll see that they have a lot of candy wrappers in the car. You know, so those are things we look for. We look for bottle caps. A lot of times bottle caps are used where the heroin packet, it's poured into the bottle cap, it's mixed with water, they're able to draw it into a needle and they're able to inject it. We've stopped cars where somebody's had their belt off and the belt's on the floor of the car. It's not normal for a person to take their belt off when they're driving in a car. And again, to us that means that they're using the belt as a tie-off to get their veins to pop so they can shoot heroin. Okay, I think we're done with this segment.